So the kind of printmaking we're going to be making today is called collagraphy. That's when you take a surface and you take pieces from that and glue it onto this. This is one that I've already created. The subject matter is robots. We're making retro robots, and you can see that the robots are made with very simple geometric shapes. So we'll look at a few of those to give you guys some ideas. You're going to start off with 2 pieces of cardstock. In art class, you're going to have this bright colored paper, and you will pick 2 different colors. Don't pick the same color. You want to be able to see it when you glue it. And at home, if you're at home and you don't have the cardstock, you can use something as easy as the cereal boxes. So what I'm going to do, the first piece that I'm going to do, I'm going to start cutting this in simple geometric shapes. One thing that you probably need to be careful with is you don't want to cut it too teeny tiny. You don't want to cut this so small that you're just dealing with teeny tiny little pieces. So just make sure that you have some different sizes. You can always cut these smaller, but it's hard to put them back together. I guess you could glue them. So you can kind of see some of the different shapes I've got, mostly just rectangles and squares right now. Go ahead and cut the whole board. And just kind of figure out what kind of shapes you might want. Rectangles are very, very simple. Squares are easy. Triangles are easy. Circles are a little more tricky. I'm going to make this here. So I want some skinny things just in case I want to have skinny arms. What if I cut this, make a triangle? Make sure you're cutting a variety of sizes and shapes. Rectangles, squares, triangles. Once you have your shapes, you need to figure out how you're going to put them together on your board. Okay, this is going to be your printing plate when you're finished. If you're at home and you're using a cereal box or something like this, I would definitely try to glue onto this side. This side's a little bit slick and it might not stick. This year, when we're using glue, we're going to get a little container of glue, just like this, and I'll make sure everybody has their own, and you're going to get a brush. And what I would do before you did any gluing is I would probably lay some pieces on to figure out what you want your retro robot to look like. So you can kind of see why we use 2 different colors so that you can see. So I'm using the other side here. This is kind of cute. Here. You could also, let me do this. You could also take these pieces if you wanted, cut it a little shorter. Here, here. And please be as creative as you can. I can't wait to see exciting things. What I'm going to do with this, I'm going to kind of put some eyes here made out of rectangles. You could use squares, you could use circles, you could use triangles. You could put some knobs or buttons here. So anything like that that you want. I'm going kind of quickly. I definitely want you to go nice and slow. And you're going to go ahead and keep working on this. Just like this. What if I want triangle arms? His head's falling off. So just keep working. See how you want your retro robot to be. Once you've figured out how you want your robot to look, and I'm sure yours are going to look 1,000 times better than mine, then you guys can start gluing your pieces. The glue this year is different, so you're just basically going to dip your brush in and get these things off. On the back, you're just going to put it around the edges. You definitely do not need any glue in the center. Okay, you don't need that. Go ahead and place it on there. If you want to count to 10, that would be great. Do your antennas. And you're just going to keep going until this is finished. When you're creating your retro robot, think about how your robot is going to be different than everybody else's robot. What is going to be special about your robot? Are your legs going to be extra interesting? Your head? The knobs and buttons on your robot's body? Think about it. I'm going to go ahead and be done with this just so you can kind of see. Please be as creative as you can. Add lots of things. Take your time. You have the entire art class to work on this. When you are finished with this, make sure on the back you write your name and class code. So if you're in Miss Hardin's 5th grade class, your class code would be H5. If you're in Miss Wee Wee's 2nd grade class, it would be W2. So make sure you put that on the back. All right, I can't wait to see these retro robots. I'm so excited. I hope you guys like the new way we're using glue. I think this is going to be lots of fun.